Ashato ma sadgamaya tamasho ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amritangamaya abir mayedhi rudro yatte dakshinang mukham te namang pahi nityam. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. O Lord, lead us from the unreal to the real. Lead us from darkness to light. Lead us from death to immortality, and evermore shine in our hearts with your resplendent face. Om, peace, peace, peace be unto us all. So we are now back to our reading. We are, as we said, that this Nectar of Supreme Knowledge, we read the 10 chapters, but now we are trying to just recapitulate quickly, running over the verses to understand which we read. Because this is such a book. If you read once, it is one. If you read second times, it is something deeper. And if you read even 10 times, many things you will see as if you are hearing for the first time. So therefore, we repeat these things not to finish the book, but we want to absorb the truth. So therefore, I am always slow on that ground. I want to absorb one verse. So absorb one chapter, the idea, so that it enters into our very personality and we really become more realistic in our practice. So the first chapter we have already talked about. It is talking about the very foundation of spiritual life, which is called detachment. If anyone wants to be spiritual, must have to detach. Bhakta, you are a bhakta, you will be detached to the world and attached to God. You are a Vedanta, you are detached to the names and forms and all the secular objects. You have to attach to the Paramatman, the self, the pure self. You go to the meditation, you have to detach to the mind's inclination to run here and there, but to focus, attach to what is your Ishta Devata. You are doing work, you should have to detach in the action what you are doing and be detached to the result of the action, and then it is called Karma Yoga. So detachment is the very foundation of spiritual life in whatever spiritual process we go through. So we have talked about that. That is the foundation. But how the detachment will come? Second chapter talks about that fundamental question. It is called the Jagat Mithatva Prakarana. Jagat Mithatva Prakarana. 3 words. Jagat means this world. Mithya is the falsity or the unreal nature of the universe. Jagat Mithatva Prakarana. This chapter which deals with Jagat Mithya. Why will detach? Why will not get attached? It's a rational understanding. We'll have to detach because it is unreal. What is the use in attaching to something which is itself unreal, which is always changing? So there is no meaning, there is no purpose of going through that. So that's why second chapter is very important. Jagat, universe, mithatva, what is false or unreal. Because of that reason, Jagat Mittatva, this chapter is very important. Detachment will not come unless we have the strong understanding that it is unreal. No use in loving it. You love today, you will be fooled tomorrow because the object is changing, your mind is changing, your perspective is changing, your emotions are changing, your attitude is changing. It's always in the flux. And you want to be attached to this, then what is spiritual life? You remain in it then. It is like that is the just moving into something illusory and then never reaching the goal. Therefore, second chapter is named, as I said, the Jagat Mithatva Prakarana, or the unreal nature of the universe. That is the chapter. So this has, as I said, 28 verses. It's a big chapter. About how many pages? 61 to 108. That means 47 pages. I'll have to do it within 1 hour. I'm a slow person, so if I get stuck anywhere, I cannot go the list. So we'll have to try now. When I make an effort to run over the verses, to give at least what Vasishtha wanted to teach us, that how it is unreal, why it is unreal. If we know all these things, every day we know, but still we don't know. Every day we know how flickering is life, how momentary is life, how things are changing, how moods are changing with us, how our own emotions are changing, how the relationship in person to person is changing, but we think it is stable. And that is the Maya, that's the play of this ignorance. So here the first verse says that as the great milk ocean becomes calm and free from waves, when the Mandara mountain becomes still, similarly with the mastery over the mind, the world illusion comes to an end. The unreal nature, who is making this world real, is the mind. Your mind is telling it is good. We are all slaves of our mind. Whatever mind teaches us that moment, we take it for granted. So then go back to the root cause. The world is unreal or real is not the question. Your mind is saying it is unreal. It is not unreal, it is real. So the mastery of the mind is advised. The changeable universe appears and disappears with the blossoming of the mind and disappears. Look at the mind's condition. Whenever the mind blossoms, the world appears. When their mind goes to sleep, the world collapses. Everyday experience. Now we are a waking state. When you are waking state, the world is awake. Everything is so real, real, real. Just you go to sleep. You're so tired and you go to sleep. Where your world vanishes. Your mind is going to sleep, the world vanishes. Mind is coming up, it is the world. Mind is dreaming something, it is dream world, so real. Mind goes to deep sleep, bus. Neither dream, neither this, everything is gone. So, how important is the condition of the mind, which is an untrained mind teaching us? We are riding an untrained horse, and horse wants to take us whichever direction. And people fall down from the back of the horse. When you go to Himalayas, that's the experience. They're trained horse though, but they are running for the senses. They have some grass or something they find in the deep slant side of this 1,000 feet gorge, and he's going there, and you are riding over that, and you fall down, you bend like that, and then ultimately fall into the road. And the horse does not. He's trained to survive. Mind trained for living with us for thousands of years, but they can throw away you break your arms. So it is a mind is the condition.
I think so. Speaking of that, Swami Sarvadevananda told the story that there's this person who was riding this horse, and he was just like going.
Slowly. What do you say?
Swami Sarvadevananda. He told this story that there's this person who was riding this horse, and he was just going in some direction, and the people around asked him, "Where are you going?" And he said, "I don't know. Ask the horse."
Ask the horse. Yeah. Ask the mind wherever it takes us. Because we have no control over our mind. So it says the changeable universe appears and disappears with the blossoming of the mind and its absence. Make the mind, therefore, free from vibrations by controlling the latent desires and mastering the breath. How do you do? If control the mind, which is so restless. Two processes. One is by analyze every vibration coming out of the mind. What is that coming from our back impulses, sanskaras of last life, and there you try to stop it. No, I don't want it. And second point, by pranayama, because prana has a connection with the mind. Mind and prana, they are connected. Huh? Do you understand that? Mind has a connection with prana. Why? Why?
Because when you get excited, you're
Right. When you are angry, look at that. Angry is where? Mind is angry. Mind is vibrating different way. And you see your breath. Eh? When people get mad, how they behave. Because the mind is not in control. So mind is when it's upset, breath is upset. Mind is cool, breath is cool. Look at that. When your mind is very balanced, your breath is very cool. So we cannot hold the mind. It's very fine. So catch the but a breath. It is like a wheel huh? In our car, in gear. You can control the entire car. By what? By putting the gear and just controlling your ignition and the gas, how much is going on to press your gas pressure. So similarly, they control the breath, make the mind breath balance, your mind will be balanced. So two process. By watching all the past impressions, I'm not willing now, I don't want it, but I'm goaded by my mind. My mind is running that way. Why? Because it has this past momentum, pushing from the backside. I do not know when I desired something, but it is goading me. So that is the idea. Then, third verse says, this universe, which is created out of one's mental modification, vanishes as non-substantial, burnt-out being upon the destruction of the mental resolution. So when mind does not resolve anything, does not want this and that and this and that, at that point, you are free. We are all bound because my mind wants this. The moment you say, I don't want anything, you are free. What do you care for? The wandering monks, the who live under carefree. Why? They don't want anything. You want home? No, I don't want home. You want money? No, I don't want money. You want some pleasurable food, a very palatable, very nice food? No, I don't know. I don't want anything. If one can say, mind can say, I don't want, I don't care, I don't care, freedom is there. Who can bind that person? So that is the point, that upon the destruction of the mental resolutions, the universe will vanish and it will appear non-substantial. That's why you look at it, they don't care for that Alexander came to that naked monk. He does not care for palace. He does not want good food. Who cares for you? Get out of my way. I'm free to bathe, sunbathing. So sunbathing becomes the big thing rather than the offer of the king to take him to the palace with honor and respect. No, he does not want anything. He is the free person who can say, I don't want anything. And that is the mind. Mind is like that. Mind can be, yes.
Swami, the unreality of mind, unless you, in a sustained way, ignore outside stuff, it doesn't really become real, right? So, like, a lot of times we say, okay, we're going to meditation, but we know that as soon as we come out, we are hurrying because we feel the world is real and we continue with the thought processes.
Yeah.
Can we really go deep without actually ignoring these things for sustained period?
Okay. Yeah, we cannot. How can we ignore the running of the mind? That's why the two processes he has said. You do your pranayama to control the mind a little bit and see why my mind is asking for that. Because it got sometimes some joy, some peace, some sort of entertainment, it got it. But that entertainment is not permanent. So this book teaches, analyze. Why are you going again? You went one time, 2 times, 5 times, 10 times, 1,000 times, but still you want to go. So this is the way to gradually to make a break into the impulses of the past samskaras. And when I have my past samskaras, and when I see something, it aggravates that. It stimulates that. It is like a catalytic agent, is called catalytic agent. When you suppose you have no desire to have any nice dress, suppose you go to the Macy's and see all the clothes and beautiful garments, then you feel, oh, that is good. Why it is coming from? Because we have some past samskaras here, and that stimulates me. You go to the sweetmeat shop, and then you see, or the candy shop, and you see that we did, my diabetes, I don't want. But you see, when you go there, and what happened? It stimulates your mind. That is good. That sweet is very quality sweet. See, it is stimulating. That's why at the beginning stage they say, avoid those associations. Don't go there, because that will stimulate your inner samskaras. And when you are mature, then you go. It does not matter. When you are established in your understanding that I won't eat this is unhealthy, then you have mastered your mind. You go there, it will not affect. So we should have to train our mind gradually. The one point, it is impermanent. It is unreal. It does not give me absolute joy. It brings momentary happiness followed by deep, dark ignorance. So if this is the situation, so why shall I go for it foolishly? And I can also try to think of something noble and great, which can bring me absolute joy or greater joy. Not absolute joy now, but greater joy. So this is training the mind. So the very important point is that it is created by one's own mental modification and vanishes as non-substantial, burnt out being upon the destruction of the mental resolution. When my mind does not resolve, I will get it, I will have this. When it gives up that type of tendency, then there is freedom comes. Fourth verse says that as through the right knowledge alone, the erroneous cognition of snake painted on a canvas is destroyed. Similarly, only through the knowledge of oneness of Brahman and Atman, the world appearance, though seeming to exist, dissolves. Here is the question. So, suppose there is a snake painted on a canvas, and if we know that it is a canvas and it is a painting, then I will see the snake, but my reaction will not be there. Similarly, only through the knowledge, when you know there is only one Satchidananda everywhere, this is only name and form, it appearing like that. When that knowledge, mind will accept that knowledge of oneness, that Brahman, absolute, everywhere, that is in me, and that is the same consciousness, same awareness. All the name and form is only painted. It is not reality. It has no reality. A burnt snake. If the burnt snake, the snake size will be in the floor. No? But it is burnt. It has no power to bite you. Similarly, when the knowledge is the only thing which can help us to burn our ignorance. Then it says that the samsara, this world, is considered as a long-lasting, pain-giving ghost and is created out of one's own illusory mind. Whom to blame? This world has been created by my mind. My mind, see the same thing in the world. 20 people will be there. One will be attracted to one object, another person will be interested in another. Why so much difference? Because everyone's mind is different. But by the mind, if the mind is pure, your mind is pure, you will see the same thing. Your eyeglass is clean, my eyeglass is clean. Everyone will see clearly what is the truth. But with the colored eyeglass or defective eyeglass, I will see the same truth distorted. So similarly, it is the It is a long, this world, this samsara, what we are living, it is like created out of our illusory mind, and it is created because it is not pure. So that ceases to exist. This world with its diversity, with its fear, anxieties, worries will all disappear when the right type of analysis, right type of discrimination. That this is only name and form, but truth is Satchidananda. That knowledge, mind again and again cultivating that analytical idea, it will happen. Verse 6 says, O Rama, the Maya, the cause of creation, is such that it gives joy to itself through its own destruction. You may say, how the Maya, which is deluding us, how it will go? Well, Maya is a unique phenomenon. Maya will be happy if you recognize Maya. And then she will not delude you anymore. Huh? If someone, in our childhood we used to see Bahurupi. Bahurupi means one man or one woman will come to entertain every day. Eh? Putting her costume differently, his costume differently. Someday he is come here. In India is a spiritual country, so they don't deal with ghosts and goblins like that. But they will come one day. Suddenly I found Mother Saraswati walking with her 4 arms and this and going to door to see the people. That means you give something. He's asking for something, but she has dressed herself as Mother Saraswati. Next day, with a 10 arms, Mother Durga is coming. So these are only the costume, that the person inside is the same. One day Shiva, another day so it goes for a series of few days and disappears. But these are only name and form you are seeing, but you are seeing the one reality. When that conviction will come, then it will be, and if you recognize, if suppose someone comes to just create some fear in you, but for joke in darkness, but if you recognize, hey Ram, you are doing this thing. Hey John, you are here to do. Right? And then he will smile at, oh, you have recognized me, but caught me. So Maya, when you recognize her, she will smile at you. Oh, you got me. And Maya does not delude anymore, that person. Its nature is neither observable nor understandable. So you cannot observe, you cannot understand. Maya can never be analyzed, understood. And Maya itself is such which is defined all contradictory thought. Maya is there, you can say, yes, as long as I see. Maya is not there because realized people has no Maya. So it is or it is not. It is in one sense, it is not in another sense, like that. So then it can be found at all. It gets destroyed. 7. And this world, it says, oh my dear, how strange is the world bewitching Maya, this world bewitching Maya. Being deluded by this Maya, one cannot know the self. Huh? Though the self has pervaded all through the limbs of the body. Same, Atman has permeated everywhere. Satchidananda is permeated everywhere. But this is the play of the fun of Maya. Being so here does not allow us to think or understand. It is just a name and form. It does not. How many times we are talking about this? How many times we are reading it? But this conviction remains in us. It is the play of Maya. 8th verse. As the city of Gandharvas or as the mirage water in the desert are not true, in a similar manner, the observable universe is also not true. When you are in a desert, then you see the water, but water is not there in the desert, but you see it, but it is not there. Similarly, you see the world, but it is not the world, but it is Brahman. There is sand. Desert is not sand-free, but you are seeing the sand, but you are telling it is water. You are so sand remaining sand, you are seeing the water. The Brahman remaining Brahman, you are saying it is this tree, plant, human being, and all this dualistic universe. 9th verse says that even though it is imminent, the inmost reality, it is not coming into purview of our vision, that indestructible one is present here in this very body at all times. This is known as Atman. So even that Atman which is here, in the inmost reality, is not coming into the purview of our vision. We don't see it. Why? That it is the indestructible Maya, one present here in the body in all times. And that indestructible Atman is always there, though we do not recognize it. Verse 10 says, like the reflection of trees on the bank of a lake, all these visible objects are mere false reflections in the vast mirror of consciousness. So it is Vedantic way of thinking. They are bringing another philosophy. It is called the Bimbo Pratibimbo Bad reflection theory. So in the ocean of consciousness, everything appears to be reflected. So you, me, are all reflected in the consciousness. 11th verse says, this creation, which is merely the form of a vibration of consciousness, is dissolved by accurate knowledge and again rises with false knowledge, just as the false knowledge of the snake arises on the rope. So this world is coming up, false knowledge. With the knowledge, it subsides. You see Brahman. When knowledge comes, you see Brahman. When ignorance comes, you see the world. This world disappears when you go to deep sleep. The world comes out when you wake up. So it is the mind coming up and mind going in. This is the play of the Maya. So, 12 verse says, this bondage arises from non-substantial matter, yet it becomes strong by craving the objects of enjoyment. When this craving for enjoyment cools down, then the worldly bondage is also attenuated. So, as much proportionately our attachment to the sense objects will reduce, so much will be the bondage less and less and less. When it will be totally clean, freedom will come. So that means it is hitting towards desire. That's why this book is very difficult, unless people get confused. We are reading this book for the benefit of everyone. But if you start with that desire, then why do you stand? No. That desire means you be in the world, but not be a slave of it. Let the thing be there. You have your freedom. I like it, I take it. I don't like, I don't take it. You have the control of the mind. When you have that, and you know it is God only, it is Satchidananda only. So Satchidananda acting with Satchidananda. That's finished. That's a play, divine concept. No? 14th verse says, mind out of its own accord, hurriedly and at random, continually imagines various types of thoughts and resolutions. Out of those resolutions, this universe expands and manifests in the awakened state like that of a magical beauty show. So the mind has tremendous power. See how the mind in the night time creates our dreams. The whole dream world is created. It expands and expands. It can expand the whole starry sky, the sun, the moon, thousands of people, lake, water, food, party, everything you can find mind has created. So mind, don't consider you are weak. Your mind has the power. But power is expanding in the worldly way. Power also, it has the power to expand in our spiritual way. So mind is constantly imagining. That's why we said you substitute your imagination with noble thoughts. We are imagining this is true, this is true, this is true. Now they are saying, Guru said, no, no, no. In your heart, think, Lord is seated there. Imagine. It's your mind. Your mind is trained to just think this is real versus that is real. For us, that is unreal. When we close our eyes, nothing is there. We can't find anything. But we find more interest in going to a sweetmeat shop or to a friend or to someone which we have good fight. So we go on talking about that in the meditation with that friend, with that object. No? Because that is real. But that's why change your attitude. Instead of this world real, this world is real. So that should be the sadhana. 15 verse. As the ghost imagined by a boy causes suffering to him till death. No? In childhood time, if you have some bad experience, whole life people get frightened with that. If it is deep-rooted incident in life, no? Trauma. Something has happened in the childhood. Anything happens, it stimulates that idea. So, as the ghost imagined by a boy, is a child, sometimes our early days, our mom and others used to say, hey, don't go that side because children will go do naughty things. So mother to control sometimes, hey, don't go that side, there is a ghost. Huh? Yes, ghost has this, he will catch you. And so that fear, anytime say, don't go that side, ghost is not there. But ghost has entered into my mind. In that way, whole life, sometimes people continue that. So that's the ghost idea. So the world has get its existence because of that insistence in our mind that believe this is true. That's why Swamiji used to say, no, that to teach every child from the very birth that you are divine, you are pure, you are birthless, you are deathless. And like the Madalasa, the queen, used to teach her, all the children, that you are that, you are that. In the cradle, while swinging in the cradle, will teach, you are that, you are that, you are that. No? So it is getting ingrained into them. So, in the similar manner, the world born out of false belief signs as real to the ignorant and causes lifelong suffering. So we are all born in ignorance and we are taught, which is called education, in the worldly language. In spiritual language, we have been taught wrong things. In spiritual sense, this is unreal, but we have been taught this is real. This is nose is real. Eyes are real, ears are real. So we didn't have any idea, but we have been given this conviction. This is this, this is this, this is this. Now we are saying, not this, not this. This is Atman, this is Atman, this is Atman, this is Atman. How shall I take it now? I've already got so much overwhelmed with the thoughts. Therefore, we have to reorganize our mind. 16. He who is inexperienced with gold has the understanding of the bracelet in a gold bracelet, and the awareness of gold never arises in the least in his mind. No? A person who have no idea of gold, seeing a ornament, that ornament, design of the ornament will be attractive to that person. Similarly, to an ignorant person, the city, building, etc., what we see, mountains, lakes, they appear as extremely real. This visible universe is unreal. The only reality is the seer, observer, who is nothing but Brahman, and whose essential nature is consciousness alone. Such an understanding about the real knowledge never arises to him who is incapable of seeing the absolute truth. Unless you know and somebody teaches you, it is gold ornament. This is gold ornament. No? Seeing the ornament itself, you will not know it is gold. Seeing the objective world, I see you objectively as a person, not knowing it is Brahman. Seeing the wave, we see, but we don't know it is water. Seeing the ripple, we can differentiate from one ripple to other, but we don't know it is water, H2O. So similarly, we see the name and form, but we do not know the constituent thing with which it is made up. So all the names and forms are made up Satchidananda. 18th verse, to the ignorant the world is full of suffering, but in the vision of the knower it is full of bliss. To a blind person the world is all dark, but to a man with sight the entire world is full of light, effulgence. So this is the point. To us this world is all misery, suffering. It is its fear, anxieties, worries. For a knower of truth, there is no suffering, no joy. Whatever happens to their body and mind, they are not affected with it. Ramakrishna said, Ram Prasad says, Ami khai dai ar maja luti. I eat and drink and make fun of it. The world is whatever, it is all for majar kuti. It is a home of maja, fun. For a knower of truth, it is all fun. For us, it is all bondage. 19. It says that as the cloud suddenly appearing in the clear sky gets dissolved, like that, this entire universe, after its sudden appearance in the self, again dissolves. That means this universe has come from the self, the Atman, and it disappears into the Atman. The waves and ripples have come from the surface of the ocean, it dissolves into the ocean. So this is the play going on, coming and going, coming and going. 20th verse, for one who knows that the rays are not different from the sun, to him those rays are the sun itself. He is totally freed from all types of false imagination. If he knows that sun and its rays are not separate, so when you touch it, rays touches your body, you say it is sun touching me. No difference. But if you think sun is something, or rays are something, when the rays touch your skin, you make it, rays are troubling you. No, it is the same sun, nothing but sun. It's the same one Brahman touching you every moment. In your vision, you are seeing him every moment. In your touch, taste, all the 5 sense organs, whatever you are doing, it is all Brahman only. But you do not know. You only see it separated due to Maya. 21st verse. When critically analyzed, this cloth is critically analyzed. What is this? It is found nothing to be a thread alone. Thread. No? In a similar manner, this universe would be found as the self alone when properly analyzed. If we can analyze this world, then we'll be able to understand that it is nothing but the Atman, nothing but Satchidananda, nothing but consciousness, nothing but blissfulness. It is bliss. Like the thread. Only it will give a cloth. You said a chadar, you got a shirt, you can say t-shirt, whatever name you give, but it is the thread alone. It is Brahman and Brahman alone. It is Atman and Atman alone. Nothing but that Atman. 22nd verse. From Brahman, which is of the nature of the ocean of nectar, the play of the waves of this world appearance dawns, also sets it. From Brahman it comes, the whole universe, and it settles into the Brahman itself. So it is called Tajjalaniti, Upanishad says. Tajja, from that Brahman, everything comes up. Sun, moon, stars, galaxies, everything has come out of that. And then playing is going on. As in the ocean, the waves come and dance and play and fight and this and that, and ultimately it settles into that. So So this is the universe is also like that. How then will it be different during the state of existence? So if it comes from that and it ends in that, then how in the middle something else will come? If there is only one ocean, and at the end also it is ocean. In between the waves came and ripples came and it has its play and dance and all these things going on. So this in between thing, will it not be Brahman? What else will be there? If at the end is Brahman, beginning is Brahman, in the middle, what will be that? Will it not be Brahman? So this is analysis to make the mind clear about the truth. These are the different ways to see. 23rd verse. Just as the foam, the waves, the snowflakes, and the bubbles, they are not different from water. Similarly, the universe, born of Atman, though appearing in diverse form, is not different from the self. So, again, the same example which I am giving, Upanishads and Gita and all these higher scriptures talk about the same again and again. It is water, it is water, it is water. Huh? In the form of wave, ripple, bubble, a foam, but it is nothing but Jatha Fena Urmi Hima Budbuda Toyato Vinna now. As it is not Vinna separate from Toya, Jal, water. No. Water, no. This Fena, the foam, waves, Toyato from water, Tatha, foam, ripple, snow. They are not different, only different names you are giving. Similarly, the universe, born of Atman, though appearing diverse, is not different from the self. 24th, just as the clay water pot dissolves into the earth, waves into water, gold earring into gold, similarly this universe originates from the self and merges into the self. So, as the clay pot, suppose you prepare some clay pot, clay pitcher, clay, some glass. When you break it, what it will be? It will be clay. Similarly, the gold ring. There are different gold ornaments, earring or bracelet or anything. You break them, what it will be? It will be gold again. Similarly, the universe, this is what we are seeing, this universe, it has originated, came from where? From Brahman, from Atman, from Satchidananda. And in between we see this form. When it breaks, what it will be? It will be the same reality, Satchidananda, self. That means when the names and forms dissolve, even in the name and form, you are seeing the name and form, but it is the same Atman. Very simple thing, but very complicated to understand. Could you believe that I am seeing Brahman, Ajay, with eyes open? I am touching Brahman. Do you feel that? It will not penetrate here. Because the mind is an obstacle. Mind is not allowing it. But it is nothing but Brahman because it has come out of Brahman only. And it merges into Brahman. So in the middle, what I see now, this is also Brahman. Distorted. Thing is that we are seeing distorted figures. Atma Jnana Jagadvati. Hiya Atma Ajnanat. Na. Atma Ajnanat Jagadvati. Atman Ajnana. When you are Ajnana, you are ignorant about Atman. Jagat Bhati. This world appears as like us. Ignorant. That's why the world is here. And it is so real. So its suffering, its joy, its pleasure, its pains, its anxieties, everything, its disease. So everything is real. So Atma Jnana, why it is happening? Because we do not know our Atman, what is real me. And he Atma Jnanat Nivartate. As the moment we get to know the Atman, this Jagat will dissolve. It will vaporize? No. It will be that absolute joy. It will be that Satchidananda. That's why Swamiji's song I sing many times. Bahematra ami ami. This last trace of this worldliness will go away. Then it will be a state beyond mind, beyond intellect. It is only bliss, only bliss, only bliss. Oye, nan mano buddhi ahankara chittani naham chidananda rupa, chit ananda rupa. I am that, I am that. The world appearance appears only due to ignorance about the self. Again, it is dissolved with the rise of the self-knowledge. The snake appears due to ignorance about the rope. And as soon as one attains the knowledge of the rope, the snake error ceases entirely. Therefore, 26th verse, page 98. O Rama, the world has acquired stability due to the forgetfulness of the self. Why this world has taken so much ground in our heart? Because we forgot. Many people suffer, many of us suffer for forgetfulness. No? You kept your purse, where did you keep? You forgot. You kept your keys, you forgot. So you forgot, then you suffer. But as soon as you remember, bas, you got it. So what you got new? What was yours, you got it. It was yours. You only forgot, and you will get it. So get is some simple words, is just a usage of some words, meaningless words. It was yours, it is yours, it will be yours. So your Atman, your consciousness, your stability, that is there, it was there, it is here, it will be there. Only we think we have lost it, now we'll have to get it. So this is just the process of reorienting our mind. Just like the emergence of the snake from the rope, the world has come out from the Supreme Self. Now 27th verse. During the dream, there is no waking state. When we dream, this world, we are not aware of this visible universe. At the time of recollection of memory also, the waking state is unreal. Verse number 27. During the dream, there is no waking state. No? Everyday experience. When we dream, this world does not remain there. This reality, which is very vital, is not there. And even the sleep mode where everything is collapsed, that is also not there. But at the time of recollection of memory also, when we remember something, I remember, then the awakened state is unreal. I am here remembering something in my mind, and something is going on in front of me. I won't see that because my mind is engaged in remembering something in the past story or something. That's why many times you will see in this class, you are teaching something, someone is thinking something else. Ears are open, eyes are open, he's looking at the teacher also. But his mind is working somewhere, remembering something. So this is going this way and this going out that way. He has no idea what has been done in the class. No? We sometimes say, oh, I didn't hear. Please tell me. Why? Why did you not hear? It entered your eardrum. It carried the message to the brain. And all the receptive organs were active. But your mind, my phone was engaged. Someone is talking to another person. Mind is engaged in some thoughts, some ideas.
In school, like some teachers, they would identify, like they would know the good students were not paying attention, and they would like get them and say, repeat what I just said, and then right on the spot, like they wouldn't be able to see.
Yeah, how their mind is not there. So that is the point. So during the dream, there is no awakened state. At the time of recollection of memory, also, the awakened state is unreal. At the time of birth, death is unreal. No? When a baby is born, where is the death? Death is not there, unreal. But when death comes, then birth becomes unreal. So it does not exist. Birth is not there at the time of death. Death is not there at the time of birth. So these are one annihilating and one just destroying the other stand. Therefore, evam, 28th verse, thus it is proved in reality there is nothing real or unreal. Everything appears due to misapprehension. So what the conclusion of the chapter? Then you cannot say it is real, you cannot say it is unreal. So there is nothing real or unreal. Everything appears. Everything appears. When you appear and you take it true, it is true. When you reject, it is reject. So it is all your mind is accepting or rejecting. So train your mind properly so that it can understand the highest truth. The experience of all objects is from Brahman, whose true nature is knowledge. So all these experiences are coming from where? There is nothing, only Brahman is the conscious entity and Atman is the conscious entity. Everything comes from there. So feel that that is the truth. From the ocean of consciousness, all is coming. The consciousness is the ground. Our very existence is consciousness. No? That's the, you can see the idea how mind is manipulating our total idea. Is a master. Mind is saying this is real, this visible universe is real, but mind can also teach us this is unreal. The ground of it, the consciousness. See, who is observing? Who is saying it is real? Who is saying it is unreal? Just put this question again. Who is real? Who is saying it is real? I cannot say it is real. Mind is there. So long the mind is there, it is real. But behind the mind is consciousness. If the consciousness is not there, your mind cannot function. If the electricity is not behind it, we cannot have the chandeliers. We cannot have the computer. We cannot have the phone or the recording of the voice. It cannot be. So we are forgetting that consciousness upon the ground of which every activity is going on. So your mind, why I am not doing that? Because my mind is saying, no, 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 no. Consciousness is not there. God is not there. Truth is not there. This is real. Huh? Look at that everyday problem when we are facing any problem, where it remains God. Problem becomes the top. Any problem, from a serious problem to a light problem, that problem becomes big. God is a storybook. It is God's presence. God is there. God is unchanging. It is full of bliss. I am the witness consciousness. It's good to say. But truth is this. So it is the mind, mind, mind. So here ends the chapter 2. I am happy that I could finish the 2nd chapter, 28 verses. Huh? So we'll try to do it next week also, the 3rd week, 3rd chapter, and see how much we can progress. So our plan may be little different. In January, we thought that we'll start the new book, Shanti Gita, but we'll work on this. Let us see how it goes. No hurriedness. Life is eternal. Now, what is any question? The question is, the Holy Mother said that finally we need the grace of our mind, and the mind becomes the guru. How to work towards getting the grace of our own mind to achieve the ultimate realization? Yes. So make mind your friend. Now we have to make our mind our friend. Put substantiating ideas to the mind so that mind gets convinced that this world as I am seeing is unreal. But there is something real. The ornaments I am seeing, ornament may change. People do change, no? In earlier days, people go to the goldsmith shop and give their one design thing. Can you change it and add some gold or take out some gold and make it some maybe what you call bracelets or make it something else according to their choice. So the name and form can change, but the content remains the same. So this is the way we have to teach our mind again and again and again. And that is the way mind becomes purified. And when that purification process means when mind can accept the reality that God is the reality and this visible universe is an appearance, this understanding comes deeper and deeper. Then what will happen? Then ultimately the mind will be Guru. Mind will guide us. Okay? Thank you.
What is a sweet meat shop?
Huh?
What is a sweet meat shop?
Oh, sweet meat sauce. Sweet meat sauce is, it is not meat, but it is sweet. Sweet sauce. They call sweet meat sauce. Actually, variety types of delicacies of preparation with milk product, milk with sugar, mixed in different proportion, and variety types of uh, to appease the tongue. In anywhere you go in India, you will sweet meat sauce. Very popular. Okay, so thank you. Huh? One more and quickly dao Baba. Okay, দিয়েছে. Whose question? If knowledge comes of oneness, then how parabhakti comes after knowledge of Brahman? Because sakar form of God comes from duality. You know, sakar and nirakar, this is, we are too far away from that. Sakar and nirakar, sakar means with a form, nirakar means without a form. No, they are the same thing. It's H2O. Go to the H2O. Don't think it is ice or don't think it is water. Nirakar is water, ocean. Sakara is ice. So ice is water. Go to the content. You touch ice, you are touching water. You touch water, you are touching water. H2O, H2O. So similarly, how if the knowledge comes of oneness, then how parabhakti comes. Parabhakti is a state we are need not have to confuse with anything. Parabhakti means after realizing our real nature, whom we thought that he is our Ishta Devata, like Krishna, like Christ, like Rama, is touching him like ice. You can touch him. Sabuna, form is there, name is there. But as you go and touch, then your ego melts down and you feel that you have become with them one. You like or don't like, you melt yourself. Like that Ramakrishna's example, salt doll entering into the ocean merges into ocean. But if you come back from that experience, that is called the parabhakti. And here knowledge means knowledge, real knowledge, supreme knowledge, and parabhakti are not two different things. We are just you have to understand what I am talking about. We in the bhakti class we have read parabhakti, supreme love, goal of life, parabhakti. Now we are seeing jnana is the goal of life. They are not two different experiences. It is the same experience goes to the path of bhakti, one goes to the path of knowledge. But when you have the absolute experience and then come back, then one is said you have reached the parabhakti, someone will say you have reached the jnana, supreme knowledge. But they see the world different. They see that is made of world. World is no more world. It is all Krishna, 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 Krishna. Huh? Vedanta will say the Atma, 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 Atma. It matters little. Ramakrishna is to see it is all mother, 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 mother. I refer this verse also of Christ, no? No, that whose words are this? Christ sent, which sent? Saint Patrick, no. Who? The Christ in the front, Christ in the back, Christ above, Christ below. Huh? Oh. So Christ everywhere. This is the bhakti, para bhakti. You have reached that point and come back, you see nothing but Christ. No? Vedanta, we have just read this afternoon in the bhakti school, that it is, Vedanta teaches Atma is below, Atma is above, Atma on the right, Atma on the left, Atma in the front, Atma in the back. So what is this? If one item everywhere, can you make a distinction? Atma, Ramakrishna said, Latu is sitting with his hand like this. I am seeing it is Rama sitting. He is not seeing Latu. He is seeing Rama in the form of Latu. Form is Latu, but it is Rama. So he sees everything Rama. Holy Mother. The Radhi, the young girl, there is a ant moving in the ground. And seeing that, Radhi wanted to kill that. Ma said, don't kill, don't kill, don't kill. I am seeing Ramakrishna's feet. This little tiny feet of the ant, it is Ramakrishna's feet. Ramakrishna's eyes. Oh my God. What is Ramakrishna then? Ramakrishna has become an ant. Yes. There is nothing but Ramakrishna to her. So it is the same. Para Bhakti and Para Jnanam. These are two different words. But when one comes out of that deep experience of union, they experience the same. So in that level, this is not higher, this is not lower. But following the path, when you are following the path of Jnana, yes, I am following the path of Jnana and someone has attained to that highest love for God. Yes, he is better than me. But if you reach the end, both are same. Okay?
Happy birthday to Guru Nanak.
Oh, Guru Nanak's birthday today.
Tomorrow?
No,
Yesterday?
it was on the full moon one.
Full moon.
Oh, so we missed
Yesterday or day before?
That was, yeah.
Yesterday.
Sunday.
Sunday. Anyhow, Guru Purnima. So we can easily say happy P.
Bye, Guru.
Happy.
Because the Vijnananda's birthday is the same
That was the same day, Guru Nanak's birthday. The holy, the establisher of Sikhism, entire Sikh. So, is it? Yes. Okay, now we are ending here today. Huh? And tomorrow, 10:30 is the class, no?
10 a.m.
10 a.m. meditation.
Available on Zoom and YouTube.
YouTube on meditation.
Mhm.
Swami Sattvamananda will be giving some guided meditation at 10 a.m. on YouTube and also in Zoom. And then 7:30 in the evening, I will be giving the class on Gospel of Ramakrishna. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. Thank you. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sri Ram Krishna Arpanamastu.